Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Toyota Cressida, a name that might not ring a bell for everyone, but for those who know, it represents a special era of automotive history. A time when Toyota was pushing the boundaries of engineering and luxury, aiming to create a car that could compete with European sedans, and in many ways, the Cressida did exactly that. Let's take a deep dive into the story of the Toyota Cressida, a sleeper sedan with charm, comfort, and serious potential under the hood. The Cressida was introduced in the 1970s and stayed in production until the early 1990s. It served as Toyota's flagship sedan in many international markets before the introduction of the Lexus brand. If you think about it, the Cressida was basically the spiritual predecessor to the Lexus GS. Built with refinement in mind and packed with features, it was a car ahead of its time in a lot of ways. Under the hood, the later generations of the Cressida were powered by Toyota's legendary inline-six engines. Specifically, the 5-engined, later the 7-MG engines are the same engines found in early Toyota Supras. That's right, how the Cressida shared its heart with a sports car. This gave it a reputation among enthusiasts as a sleeper family sedan with unexpected performance potential. In stock form, the Cressida was more about smooth power delivery and cruising comfort than raw speed. But those in the know realized it had massive tuning potential. Rear-wheel drive, inline-six power, and a well-balanced chassis made it a popular platform for engine swaps and modifications. Some people even dropped in turbocharged 1JZ or 2JZ engines, turning this humble sedan into a highway monster. But it wasn't just about power. The Cressida was luxurious. Inside, you'd find plush seating, real wood trim, power everything air windows, mirrors, even seats in some versions. The digital dashboards in later models were futuristic for their time, and Toyota packed the car with little touches that showed attention to detail. It was a car made for comfort and class, but it never screamed for attention. On the outside, the design of the Cressida was subtle but elegant. Clean lines, squared-off styling in the early years, transitioning into a more rounded, aerodynamic look by the late 80s. The final generation, from 1989 to 1992, is a fan favorite, blending old-school charm with modern touches. In red, especially in good condition, the Cressida has a timeless appeal. Driving the Cressida was a smooth experience. The suspension soaked up bumps without being floaty, and the steering had a balanced, direct feel. It wasn't a sports car by design, but it handled itself well. Toyota built it with quality materials, and the reliability of the Cressida became one of its standout features. Even today, you can find well-maintained examples still running strong. In many ways, the Cressida was a hidden gem. It didn't make headlines or break sales records, but it quietly built a legacy. Ask any Toyota enthusiast, and chances are, they'll speak highly of it. For some, it was their first introduction to Japanese luxury. For others, it was the perfect sleeper car, an unassuming sedan with big potential. Today, the Toyota Cressida has become a bit of a cult classic. It's not the easiest car to find anymore, especially in clean, unmodified condition. But those who do own one tend to hold on tight, whether it's for nostalgia, tuning potential, or just appreciation for a well-built car. The Cressida has found a lasting place in car culture. Restoring one can be a rewarding project. The parts can be a bit tricky to source, especially interior trim and body panels, but mechanically, Toyota's reputation for durability holds up. That old inline-six engine, still smooth, still strong. The transmission, still shifts like a champ. And if you want to build it up, swap in a turbo engine, coilovers, and a manual gearbox, the Cressida can become a serious machine. It's also worth noting the role the Cressida played in Toyota's history. It was part of the company's transition from economy cars to luxury contenders. Without the Cressida, there might not have been a Lexus brand. It was proof that Toyota could build a premium car that didn't just match the competition, it often beat it on reliability and value. For those of us who love the blend of performance, luxury, and classic JDM styling, the Cressida checks all the boxes. It's a car that doesn't shout but knows exactly what it is: a confident, comfortable, and quietly capable. If you ever get the chance to drive one, do it. You'll be surprised by how refined it feels, even decades later. And if you're lucky enough to own one, you're holding on to a piece of Toyota history, a car that helped shape what the brand would become. So whether you're into restoration, engine swaps, or just love old-school Japanese engineering, the Toyota Cressida is a name worth remembering. Understated, underappreciated, but undeniably cool. Thanks for tuning in to Car Garage. If you enjoyed this deep dive into a JDM classic, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We've got more stories, more reviews, and more love for classic rides coming your way. Stay tuned. Let me know if you want a shorter version, or want this tailored for a specific Cressida model year.